Okay. We are live. Oop. Hello everybody, welcome. Sorry I'm a tad late again today. But I'm back now. It's this heat. I'm telling you, because of the heat, I feel like it just takes me longer to get ready these days. Hello, STFC, how are you doing? You excited for Tycoon Tuesday? I'm excited. Good, how are you doing? I'm very good, very good. Looking forward to a new series, you know. 2 fantastic games on the agenda for today. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my light a little bit. Why? Why are you doing? Why have you done that? Why is it doing that? It's refusing to focus. Look. As soon as I move my hand, it refocuses. It's like that the episode of SpongeBob where they're doing a comedy show, and whenever Squidward comes out, everyone boos. You may understand that reference. If not, never mind. We're playing Transport Tycoon Deluxe. That's what we're going to be doing today. So the first half, we're playing OpenTTD. Second half, we're playing Zoo Tycoon. 2 fantastic games. I've not actually played Zoo Tycoon before, but I've heard very good things. OpenTTD I have played quite extensively, and we're going to play that one first. Because it's one that I've got a bit more experience with. It's a less popular game, and you know, I try to do the less popular game in the first half, and then do the more popular game in the second half, which is what we're going to do today. Let me get this out of the way at the start. You should really have a look at Simutrans. It's like OpenTTD, but much better. Hot take, Catpig, hot take. I've got to personally disagree with you. I have played Simutrans, and I do prefer OpenTTD. I've got to say, I'm just putting it out there. More power to you if you prefer OpenTTD. If you prefer Simutrans, sorry, but I prefer OpenTTD. There's something about OpenTTD. It's just got that kind of timeless quality to it. I have spent quite a lot of time in this game, with a few mods as well. We are going to be playing with a couple of mods today that add in some British trains, some British rolling stock, and stuff like that. Before we begin, I should probably explain what OpenTTD is for anyone who's not familiar with it. So, OpenTTD is an open source version of a game called Transport Tycoon Deluxe, which was made by legendary game developer Chris Sawyer in the mid-90s. He's the same guy who made the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, which I think is more well-known to general audiences than Transport Tycoon. But if you've heard of Zoo Tycoon, not Zoo Tycoon, if you heard of Roller Coaster Tycoon, the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, that was him. This is another one of his games. This is an open source remake of that game, which came out in 2004-ish. There is another open source remake of the same game called Simutrans, which is what Catpig was talking about just there. But we're going to be playing OpenTTD. We're going to play it for a couple of hours, and we are going to have to limit it to a couple of hours because it is one of those games that I can sit and play for an entire day. Simutrans isn't a remake. Oh no, you're absolutely right, Catpig. Simutrans is more of a spiritual successor, whereas this is a direct remake of Transport Tycoon Deluxe, just in open source so that anyone can edit. Simutrans is more like inspired by Transport Tycoon Deluxe. But again, we're going to be playing OpenTTD. We're going to play this for the first half. Second half, we're going to play Zoo Tycoon, which I'll explain. We'll talk more about that when we get to it. Hey, Tori, how you doing? So I'm going to go ahead and launch OpenTTD now, and we'll see what's what. Okay, here we go. You can probably hear it, but you can't see it right now. There we go. Okay. I'm going to move the game window slightly. I want you to be able to see the top of the screen, because that's where all the hotbars are when we get in. But this is it. This is Transport Tycoon Deluxe. Let me know if you can hear it all right. The music is pretty quiet. I could turn it up a little bit if it's... That's a little bit better. This music, by the way, is from Barry Taylor's traditional Scottish tune book. I've got a few mods that add in some music, traditional English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, even some Canadian American like folk music, which I think really fits the vibe of this game. Kind of like this simplified version of traditional folk music. So that's what's playing right now. Scottish Tune Book Volume 5, which we'll leave on. But this is it. This is OpenTTD. Ignore everything that you see in the background right now. The game has 4 different themes that you can play with. This is the Toyland theme, which we're not going to be playing with. We're going to be playing with the default theme because it looks a little bit more realistic, shall we say. But this is, if you play with the Toyland theme, this is what your game will look like. Balloons instead of trees, and presents instead of buildings, and stuff like that. Anyway, let's dive in. We'll go straight for a new game. We are going to play on the temperate landscape, because we're going to be doing a UK-inspired playthrough. Map size, we will go... I kind of like this map size, 4096 by 2048. Sorry about the lag, Pappy Chuckle. But we'll go with this map size. I think pretty much everything here is fine, to be honest. Terrain type hilly. We will start in... I've got it set to 1923. I think by default it starts in like 1890 or something. I start in 1923 usually, because that's when the British railway companies were grouped into the big 4: LNER, LMS, Great Western, and Southern Railway. So if you start from 1923, if you're using the Timberwolves Trains mod, which is what I'm using, a lot of good trains get unlocked in 1923. So that's where we're going to start from. Variety distribution. Choose the map contains both mountains and flat areas. The higher the variety, the more differences in elevation. We're going to keep that low. We want there to be a few hills, so we have to build tunnels and bridges and stuff, but we don't want to be going through mountains and stuff like that, so we'll keep the terrain variation low. The town names will be British. I've got a mod that adds in a list of real British town names, so they'll all be real places. They won't be in the real locations or anything, but all the places will be named after real British towns. Smoothness is the shape and number of hills. We've got it set to smooth, which we'll keep it there. Number of towns and industries we want high. I'm not going to go very high. Oh, we can't go very high. I wouldn't go very high anyway, because we don't want it to be too dense. Map edges, water. I want it to be water on all sides, so we're on an island like the UK. Sea level. We'll put sea level to low. And if I just go to AI settings, I'm not going to have any AI competitors. I personally don't really enjoy playing with AI competitors. You can have up to 8 like NPC competitor companies, but we're not going to bother with that. We're just going to keep it casual, and we're just going to do it all by ourselves. Game script settings, there's a few... Oh no, there isn't any. I did have some before, but I think I've deleted them since. New GRF settings is what we really want. So these are mods, basically. The ones at the top are the mods that are active. The ones at the bottom are mods that I've got installed, but they're not currently active. You can see I've got quite a lot of Japanese assets down there, but for today we're going to be doing a British run. So all of these mods up here, we've got Bob's British Buses, we got Timberwolf's roads and stations and trains, we got UK road set, all sorts of stuff that just adds in a lot of British style assets. Particularly the trains is what we're going to concentrate on, obviously, but there's lots of other good stuff in there. And I'm also playing with a mod called XIS Extreme Industry Set. So this mod adds in a load of different production chains. You'll see what I mean by that when we get in and when we see how the game is actually played. But the default game has like a handful of different industries. This adds in a lot more variety into that, a lot more production chains to manage. So, with that all being done, let's generate a map. Here we go. Oh, that music's actually quite loud now that we're in the actual game. Let's turn that back down. I feel like 25's fine, to be honest. I just want the music loud enough that it fills the silence when I'm not talking, but not so loud that it overpowers me when I am talking, right? I think that's good. How's that? Should be loud enough that you can hear it while I'm speaking, but it's not drowning me out, right? Transport networks and competition are not a good match. Yeah. Yes, we all know how privatisation of railways goes, and other modes of transport for that matter. But here we are, we're in the game. So as you can see, it's a tile-based system, tile-based game. We have a pretty huge map here, so I've set the map to 4,096 tiles by 2048, which gives us a lot of space to play around with. It's surrounded by sea on all sides, but if we zoom in a little bit, you can see some of the settlements and industries. So, once again, we're using British town names, so these are all named after real places. Let's see if I can find one that I recognise. Oh, Milton Keynes! There we go. So there's a little village here called Milton Keynes with a population of 92. This isn't where we're going to start, but I just want to show you... In fact, I'll pause the game until we decide where we want to start. But if we just zoom in here, so there are basically two ways that you can make money in this game. You can transport cargo, or you can transport passengers. We operate a cargo company. We operate a transport company. So the way we make our money in this game is transporting people or items from place to place, right? So for example, just near Milton Keynes here, just a little bit to the northwest, there's Market Harborough. So if we built a little railway between these two towns, we can start transporting passengers, we can start making some money. And that's what we're going to do in the early game. We're going to start by building a couple of passenger railways because it's a good way to get some money coming in whilst we set up the logistics network, which, especially when we're playing with the Extreme Industry set, that's going to take quite a while to get set up. So if I zoom in on one of these buildings here, this is a copper refinery, and if I click industry chain, it's going to show us all of the factories that can be supplied by or that supply items to the copper refinery. So we can transport acid, copper ore and scrap metal to this factory from all of these places, and then we can transport the refined copper to all of these places when it's done. There's a huge production chain. If you really want to, you can transport stuff like you can transport every single ingredient right from the very start of the production cycle all the way through to like consumer goods, electronics and stuff like that. It's very complicated, and it's going to take a long time for us to set up a big network like that, which is why we're going to start by focusing on the passenger networks. But again, if we look down here, there's a printing plant here, for example. This accepts paper and parts, and it produces mail and goods. We can then take the mail to a general store, a hardware store, a petrol station, or to people's houses. The ingredients come from a tire plant, textile mill, plastics plant, paper mill, glassworks, yada yada yada. We don't have to supply every single ingredient. That's not how it works. We can supply any or all of the ingredients. So if we just set up a connection between the glassworks and the printing plant, that's good enough to start making us money. But obviously, the more ingredients we do transport, the more money we get. And the more we transport, the more successful the businesses are, like the more successful the factories are, and therefore there's more demand, and so on and so forth. And it's a cycle, and we just grow from there, right? So, now that I have hopefully sufficiently explained how the game actually works, what I'm going to do is, at the top of the screen, and I'm going to move the game window a little bit more because you can't actually see. There we go. You should be able to see all the options at the top now. So, at the top of the screen, if we go to this here, Map of Worlds, this is a mini-map version of the entire world. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of towns in here. So the question is, where do we start? Well, fortunately, we can actually organize towns. Oh, sorry, it's this icon here, Town Directory. If we go to Town Directory, there are 725 towns on the map. And if we sort by population, we can find the biggest town on the map, which is Maplehurst, just down here. So this is the biggest town on the map right now. It's right next door to Sale, so could be some good transport there. Fairbourne is the second largest, which I think this one is more or less slap bang in the middle of the map. I think we started somewhere near here, right? I remember seeing Fairbourne when we first started, so it might be a better idea to begin here. There is quite a big hill here, though, which is going to prove tricky to deal with, whereas Maplehurst, nice flat area. Basingstoke, that's another quite big one. Two big lakes on either side, though, which is going to make things difficult, and it's right at the northern end of the map, which is not ideal. We want somewhere fairly central as our starting area. Scunthorpe? Scunthorpe doesn't look bad. Scunthorpe's actually got quite a few towns around it. Look at this. Kimberley, Beverley, Farnham, Morpeth, Ramsgate, Little Musgrave. That's quite a lot of settlements near Scunthorpe, and it's quite flat. And also, I don't live too far away from Scunthorpe. I live in Doncaster, which means Scunthorpe is somewhat local to me. So I think we'll start in Scunthorpe. Why not? Let's build our base of operations in Scunthorpe. I bet Automod doesn't like Scunthorpe. Possibly not. Possibly not. It seems to have let it through. Is the best place in the world here Swindon? Let's have a look. Oh, there is a Swindon. We do have a town called Swindon. Is there a Doncaster, actually? There is a Doncaster. It only has a population of 156, which is significantly smaller than the real Doncaster, let me tell you. But honestly, I think Scunthorpe's a good place. Scunthorpe's a good place to start. It's got a decent population. I think it was the 4th largest town on the map. Let me just check again. It's the 5th largest town on the map, so it's a good place to start. And again, there's quite a lot of settlements nearby. So we're going to set up our headquarters in Scunthorpe. I am going to change my company information, by the way. We will call... We'll call it Ashbridge Industries, obviously. We have a few options for the character. Obviously, it doesn't really matter too much what our character looks like, because this little icon here is the only place in the game that you actually see the character's face. In fact, this one's fine. We'll just keep this. We will have... Can we have an orange colour scheme? Oh, we can. Orange and grey. I want to try and get the colours of the current Ashbridge Industries branding, which obviously is black and orange. There is no black, but we can do grey. Would it be better to have grey with orange accent? Maybe. No, I'll go orange and grey. Orange with grey accents. There we go. Manager name, Saul Ashbridge. Oh, sorry everybody, the bots have arrived on YouTube. Let me just go and deal with that. There we go. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's use my middle names as well. Saul R.R. Ashbridge. There we go. And let's pop down a... where do I put down a headquarters? Is that in here as well? Ah, yeah, build HQ. So we can choose a little place in Scunthorpe to build our headquarters. I say, you know, the outskirts of town here seem like as good a place as any. Oh, we need to demolish some trees first. There we go. There's our HQ. I love how Amazon and Google claim to be unable to catch even the most easily cut box. Yeah. That's not actually a real government name, is it? It is, yes. That is my legal name, Saul R.R. Ashbridge. The first R is for Rose and the second R is for Ruby. And yes, I did do it on purpose. Okay, so we got our headquarters now. Let's start by building our first passenger railway. I think Kimberley down here would be a good place to start. Actually, can I just check what the timescale options are like at the minute? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You pronounce the R's like a pirate. Okay. Let's, well, I'm thinking it might be a good idea to put the train station on the outskirts of the town. We can build our own roads. Here's what I'm thinking. We'll have the train station here, and we'll get a fairly big one to start with. Number of tracks. We got enough room there for 4 tracks. And we could also have a passing loop around the station for trains, you know, for freight trains to go through non-stop or whatever. I think 4's a good place to start. We can also... We have a lot of customization here because I've also got mods that allow us to do different bits and pieces. So actually, let's build this piece by piece, shall we? We'll start with one of these. Let's have some signs on either side. Sloped platform there, sloped platform there. Then, oh, we need a footbridge though, actually. Here's what I'll do. I don't want to spend too long designing train stations, because the more important part of the game is designing the rail networks, right? So we're not... I'm not going to spend the whole game just planning my perfect train station or anything like that. And yes, ignore the fact that there's no footbridge right now. There we go. Okay. Spoiled humans can walk across the tracks. Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to go ahead and put a level crossing immediately outside the station, which is a terrible, stupid thing to do. But I always do it. This will cause problems. I'm telling you right now, this is going to cause problems. I don't know why I do it, but I just hate myself, I guess, and I like to make life difficult for myself. So we got a level crossing directly across from the station exit there. We do need to put down some signals, which are... Where are the signals? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've played, by the way. Don't know if that's obvious. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so each platform is going to be protected by a signal. And then we're going to reduce the line down to 2 tracks, bidirectional. Like this. We are going to need to put in a section here. So train, obviously left-hand rule in the UK, so trains are going to come up the left-hand line. Oh, actually, would it not be better... Would probably make more sense to just have a track across like this. If I just get rid of these trains... these trees, sorry. Yeah, this is much better. So this diamond crossing here, by the way, this can be used, like, it can be used as a set of points as well. So trains can go across onto whichever line. So trains will come up on the left, they'll go down on this side. That looks good. That seems like a pretty good start. We'll extend down to Kimberley and Beverly. Ooh. I'm not sure the best way to do this, actually, because I feel like Farnham, Beverly, and Kimberley, this is a fairly obvious chain of towns that ought to be connected. I might have the trains reverse at Kimberley, like have it be a dead-end platform, and then they go back out the other way and run along the coast here. And then they can go round to Morpeth. That's what we'll do. So we want a single track station. I'm just going to go with a default station this time for Kimberley. We'll put it there. And we'll run the track across here. There's a lot more rails than left roads. Not sure, but I think trains might be left here too. Ah, yeah. Yeah, in the UK, trains use the left-hand side. I don't know how it goes elsewhere, but here at least. Oh, it's Amazing Grace. I should have... Why did I just go ahead and buy the most expensive bridge type there? There we go. Right. We're over half an hour in, by the way, and I've not yet run a single train, so we need to kind of get a move on. Ooh. I think probably easiest option will be to go around the water here. We don't have a lot of money to be doing too much terraforming at this early stage. So we're just going to skirt around. How do we want to do this? Right, if we want a bridge here, we want a bridge here so that the line can get into Beverly, and we'll have the connection to Kimberley like coming off of this line, which will cause problems at some point, I'm sure. But for now, I think we can get away with it. In fact, if we do it like this... Oh no, sorry, it'd have to be... Have to be like this, so that we can pop a signal there for this station. Right, then we want a one-way signal at each end of this loop here. We want a one-way signal... I'm just going to space out a few one-way signals roughly evenly. We'll need one somewhere along here. Probably about there. Maybe one there. That's going to be... That might not be long enough. It depends how long the trains end up being, but for now it should be alright. We're going to start off with some fairly short trains. The next thing we need is to build a depot so that we can actually get trains out onto the line. And I guess the thing that would make the most sense is to have the depot attached to this spur of track here, right? No, actually, because we want it to be somewhere that trains can get out in both directions, because sometimes trains have to go back to the depot for maintenance, and that's going to cause all kinds of problems if they can't easily get back there. So the better option would be to do this. And then have our depot here. Oh no. There we go. Just connect that with a road. Okay, I think we're ready to get our first train running. Let's give it a go. New vehicles. Okay, here we go. This is where we can start to choose our trains, and there's quite a lot of options available to us right now. Once again, these are all British rolling stock. And I think because we're going to be doing passengers, we want to start with something appropriate for passengers. I mean, we could get an autocar, really, if we wanted to. Let's look at engines only and see what our options are. Okay, I'm seeing the LNER K2, which, you know, as a Doncastrian is a pretty tempting choice for our first engine. But there's quite a lot of options here. We can have the C1 class, which actually there is a C1 class at Doncaster Museum at Dagenham Gallery. Let's sort by introduction date and see if we can get the newest engine as of now. The Caledonian Railway 72 class is currently the newest available to us. Ooh, we could get a 9Q from the Great Central, though. 9P. A lot of good options here. A lot of good options. Could use that and make a Caledonian sleeper. That's true. That's true. Let's go for the latest, engine on the market. Let's go for the Caledonian 72 class, and then passengers. There we go. We can have clerestory carriages, passenger carriages, or non-corridor carriages. I think we'll go for just a standard LNWR passenger carriage, because I think these have got corridors. Now, bear in mind, our two stations are 5 tiles long, and you can see, if you can see the little dotted lines here on stream, this is showing you how long the train is in tiles. It also says 2.0 there, so this train with 2 coaches is exactly 2 tiles long. If I buy a few more to get it up to 5... Oh, we don't have enough money. That's all we can afford right now is 5 coaches. Let's send it on its way then. We need to... Ah, there we go. Okay, go to Scunthorpe South. And full load any cargo. And then go to Kimberley. Full load any cargo. Yeah, that should be good. Go. There he goes, our first train. Yay! So we can change the colour of our trains as well, which I think we do in... where do we do this? Ah, here? No. Oh, I can't remember where we do it. Ah, under colour scheme. Right. So there's our train. It's currently loading. It's going to take a while to load its first set of passengers, but we can go to the Trains tab and we can set the colour for steam engines. I'm going to go for either pale green or dark green. I feel like dark green is quite close to British Railways Brunswick green, which was like a standard livery for passenger trains in the British Rail days. And the coaches... Passenger coach, we're going to set to brown, because then they look like they're wood-panelled, which a lot of coaches were in 1924. In fact, I think they pretty much all were. Maybe cream. No, we'll go brown. We'll go brown. Okay, so there's our very first passenger train. We are already in the red right now. You can't see how much money I've got because it's at the bottom of the screen. But we got minus £400 right now. I'm going to send the train to the next stop. Which I think we just pressed this. Oh no, we press skip. There we go. Once the train starts moving passengers, demand will increase, and then we'll get more passengers. There it goes, there it goes. We can follow it as well if I press this. Oh no, this one, sorry. No. Which button is it to follow? There we go. Our first passenger train arriving into Kimberley. There should be a little pop-up in a second. Ta-da! Citizens celebrate! First train arrives at Kimberley. We got our first income, £210. Not a bad start. Do we have enough money? No, we don't even have enough money to build any roads right now, so we can't really connect. I think we can probably afford to take a small loan. We're right at the start of the game, so I don't feel too bad. We'll borrow 10,000, just so that I can connect the station a little bit better with a road around. And I think we're good there. I think we'll let this run for a little bit. Look at that. Already the train has got 5% passengers this time because the demand has already started to increase. I'm just going to send it back again with 5. But again, the more trips that it takes, the more demand will increase and the more passengers we'll get. So it will start to build up. Now, there is something I forgot to do here, which is I want the train to come into Kimberley and then on the way out it turns right and goes down to Beverly. So we need to turn this into a triangle junction. We'll keep that little window open at the top there so you can see the train on its way. I think the best option would be to just go right where we already are. Oh, mind you, actually, we can compact it a little bit if we do this. There we go. It's a little bit messy. A little bit messy, but it's a start, you know, it's a start. How do I remove signals again? I can't remember. I'll demolish the track and place down a new section. What's the aim for this game, or is there not really an aim? I mean, it's just kind of the same as any Tycoon game. Make as much money as possible, right? Just build up your empire. Or as Catpic says, you can try and copy a real rail network, which is something that I've done a few times. I've tried to replicate real rail networks in the UK. Oh, the Jinty's available! Yay! We can get a free trial of it. Okay, yes, please. Can we get the railway to Beverly built before the trial ends? Ooh, expensive bridges here. Very expensive bridges. I've started doing my city's tram network in NIMBY. Oh, NIMBY is a... We gotta play NIMBY at some point on stream. What a game. Ooh. Okay, it looks like Beverly... Beverly's going to have a short platform. We're out of money again already. Oh, now it's giving us the option to trial the GWR 5600 class. Yeah, go on, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm going to have to take out another loan again already. Once we start making money, we will repay. What you got to remember is I've spent a lot of time yapping, explaining the premise of the game, which means we've already lost a lot of money from me just leaving the game idling while I'm talking. So this is what we'll do. Beverly, eventually Beverly will be a through station, but for now we're going to make it so that both platforms are bi-directional. There we go. And we do have 2 trains. We've got 2 locomotives that we've got on free trial, so we can go ahead and basically we get one of these for free. Is what that means. If we sort by engines only. What was it? The Ginty. There we go. Oh. Wait, where's... Oh, we still have to pay for it. It's just like we can get exclusive access to it. I'm sure that worked. I'm sure it was like a free trial kind of thing. Am I looking in the wrong place? Oh, Kimberly now accepts mail. That's good. I guess not. I guess we still have to pay full price if we want to use the Ginty and the 5600 class, but we get early access to them, so we get to use them on our line before they've properly been released. Oh, look at that! It adds a cover. Nice. Okay, what we'll do then is our current service from Kimberley to Scunthorpe, we will add a new station. Oh, do we need to pause it first? Go to Beverly. Full load any cargo. And what we should see now is... There we go. It's now going towards Beverly. It says train number 1 is lost. I'm not sure why that is. Oh, this isn't a bi-directional signal, is it? There we go. There we go! First train to Beverly. Free trial for railway vehicles. Even our trams cost like 3 million each. Yeah, I'm sure I remember that it was like that you could get a free, like whenever the experimental locos appear, you can like try them for a year. I must just be misremembering how that mechanic works. There we go. So it's going to go... Should it stop at Kimberley in both directions? Should it go Scunthorpe, Kimberley, Beverly, Kimberley, like that? Or should it go Scunthorpe, Kimberley, Beverly, then straight back to Scunthorpe? I feel like it might as well go to Kimberley twice. Because if someone wants to get from Beverly to Kimberley, they don't want to go right past it, all the way up to Scunthorpe and then back down again, right? It makes more sense if the train just stops there in both directions. So we'll add Kimberley a second time to this schedule. And we will skip to the next station. Oh shit, it's broken down. Yeah, I forgot to turn that option off. I think we're going to turn off train maintenance because it gets very tedious later in the game trains and vehicles just break down constantly. We're going to turn that off. Vehicle breakdowns, none. You could have only some trains stop at Kimberley. That's what I'm planning to do. Once we've got these connected, there's going to be a service that stops at all stations. Scunthorpe, Kimberley, Beverley, Farnham, and Morpeth. It's going to go like round like that. And then there'll be a direct service from Scunthorpe to Morpeth. Possibly that one will also call at Beverley and Farnham. But there'll be an express service that skips Kimberley, and our current service which calls there. So what I might do is turn the timescale up for a little bit whilst we make a bit more money. Ah, there we go. So we don't need the full load any cargo instruction. That was my mistake. We don't need that. That's what was causing them to wait too long at each station. It should move a lot quicker between stations now. It won't stop for too long. Duplicate orders, where? Oh, there we go, that's why. Because it had... I got the orders the wrong way around, so it went to Kimberley twice in a row. Could also make a bi-directional circle. Yeah, we could get Ramsgate and Little Musgrave in there and do a big circle around. It's probably going to be a while before we start running trains further south, but it would be nice to get a loop around this big lake here and stop at Liver's Edge. But for now, Farnham is my next priority. If we can get a train through to Farnham... And what I'm also going to do is... I'm going to upgrade the station here at Kimberley to make it look a little bit nicer. Let's go... It only really needs one platform. There's no point in having two platforms on a single piece of track, right? So let's get rid of the second platform. And let's give it a... Let's give it a proper station building. There we go. There's our new Kimberley. I like it. And Beverley... This town has a population of 132. This station does not need to have a massive canopy like this. We'll get rid of that as well. Let's have shelter along this side. Canopy along this side. And then the usual little islands. There we go. Much better. Oh, and there's the train. Typical city person wanting the poor rural folks to stand in the rain. They've got canopies, look. They've got shelters. I just don't want a big glass canopy. It's too much. It's too much for a tiny station. This seems to be going well, though. I'm happy with how this is going so far. Theoretically, we could have made the train stations 4 tiles long instead of 5, which would save a bit of money because the train's only 5 coaches long. But it's too late now. We've built them with that many with that many tiles. I think we'll keep it that way. I'm wondering with Farnham, I kind of want to keep it small. What if the line goes straight past, and then we have a little single track branch that comes off and goes through Farnham, and then our local stop-in service can go through it, but the express trains can bypass it again. I think that's probably going to be the best way of doing this. We got a lot of industries as well. I genuinely don't know if we'll get onto the industry type stuff today, because we are going to be playing Zoo Tycoon in about an hour. But I am going to be playing this again later in the month, so... And hopefully it could become somewhat of a regular appearance on the channel. I'm going to have to take out some more money. We've not yet started really making a profit. We're making money, like revenue, but we're not quite making it. Like, look, town is not growing, which is unfortunate. And actually, if we look at the coverage of Scunthorpe Station, it doesn't actually reach the town that well. So what we should do is set up a bus service to bring passengers to the train station. We aren't going to focus massively on buses in this game, but they are going to be quite useful. So we'll put a little bus depot here. We will put a bus stop. Wait, where's bus stop? Not a bus station. Ah, this one. Right, there we go. Bus stop at Scunthorpe South, and one in the town. Then we'll buy ourselves a bus. Okay, we can get... They're mostly steam buses at this point. Oh, there is the AEC S-Type. AEC made the Regent 3, which is a pretty iconic vintage bus. I think we'll go for one of those. And I would like you to just shuttle passengers to the train station, basically. Looks like it doesn't reach the town at all. Yeah, that would explain why we're not making too much money, wouldn't it? Okay, at the end... Our first year is over, by the way. At the end of year 1, we made a profit of minus 70... Oh no, that was the first year. This is our third year. So we only made a profit... We only lost 13 grand last year. Okay, now that we got buses, though, now that we're bringing people directly to the bus station, this will start to turn things around. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Let's have our buses be a lovely red. There we go. That seems a lot more appropriate. Profit is a profit. No need to get hung up on details like whether it was a positive or negative. Yeah. Let's just take it for what it was, you know. Genuinely, though, this should start to help now. Now that we're bringing passengers directly to the train station. This, Kimberley, obviously, is right next to the town, so we don't need to worry about coverage there. Beverley, as well, that station is... Oh, sorry. This one here. Yeah, that station covers most of the town as well. It's only Scunthorpe. The thing is, I was thinking too far ahead. I was, like, trying to future-proof by building it as, you know, a distance away from the town. But I built it too far away and didn't realise, you know, passengers can't actually get here from the town. But this should sort it. This should... We should finally start turning a profit. Where's the bus? Oh, it's there. Oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. There's a hotkey to hide the buildings, but I can't remember what it is. Ah, X. Right. So what's happening is, it's going all the way around in a circle to get out of the bus station here. There is a blank space here where we could build an actual off-road bus station. Oh, no, there's a building there. Oh, is it the tree? The tree counts as a building, right. There we go. So now you can see the bus will go into the actual off-road station, and then it can come straight back out, rather than going all the way around. And if we did the same thing down here, actually, so it's not got to go up the road to come back down. Although, I think this has got to be connected to the train station for passengers to be able to transfer. So we'll leave this one as it is. We'll leave this one here. But Market Square's now off-road. There we go. How's our train doing? Nothing? Stay for 0 days, not timetabled. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me just verify that it is picking up passengers. Okay, it did pick up passengers at Kimberley. That's good. That's good. And Kimberley is growing, by the way. Look at that. Town grows every 200 days. So, again, the more passengers we transport, the bigger the towns will get, and that gives us more passengers as well. Beverly is also growing right now. Hopefully Scunthorpe will start growing. It's currently not growing, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, Scunthorpe also accepts nitrates, salt, and sulfur. I guess because it's touching the chemical plant here. So we could add a cargo platform, potentially, to feed that. Afternoon, Mega Rocker. How you doing? How's our bus doing? Let's have a look. Why is it driven straight through? Or does it stop on the way back down? No, it's gone straight through again. Why is nobody going to Scunthorpe Station? There's 300 passengers waiting here. What do you mean? Pick some of them up. Look, they're going to miss their train. It's legitimately not picking up any passengers. It's just left with no passengers on board. Why is it doing that? Oh, is it because I didn't set to transfer? Oh, shit. I think what's happening is, because I didn't set it to transfer, the passengers don't recognise that they can transfer here, which is why no one was catching the bus. That would be my guess, anyway. Maybe I need to do the same thing with the train as well. Specifically at Scunthorpe South, transfer. So passengers will transfer from the train station to the bus station. That really should have a better default setting. Yeah, the transfers do work a little bit weirdly in this, which is something that definitely ought to be improved. Ah, but look at this! Did you see the pop-up there? It transferred passengers. There are now 51 passengers waiting for the train. That's it. We've sussed it. That's all we needed to do. We had to set it to transfer passengers, which means this train is going to be picking up 51 passengers at Scunthorpe now. There we go, £83. So that's for transferring passengers off the train. And we've also got 44 passengers who've gotten on. Now it says leave empty, so if only part of the train contents want to transfer, there's going to be a mess. I'm not sure what it means by leave empty. I think it means any passengers that want to transfer don't leave until they've gotten off, right? Like, transfer any passengers... empty the passengers that are actually marked as transfer passengers. It's a bit weirdly worded. But there we go, look at that, wow. There's 97 passengers waiting at Scunthorpe right now. Can we... Where do we see the list of... Where do we see how many passengers are on the train, actually? Because that's Scunthorpe South that's showing me. Show train details? No, that doesn't say. Well, let's just leave it to run for a little bit. I'm gonna wait me new medical herbs. No worries, Cat Pig. Oh, that's hitting the spot today. Oh, I really hope we can turn a profit before we finish the game for today. Oh, look at this. You can actually see the passengers at the platform now. Wait. Oh. Okay. So I got it wrong again. So it is badly worded. You're right, Cat Pig. It is badly worded here. So what we need to do is there's two tabs here. One is telling it what passengers to load, and one is telling it what passengers to unload. So here we've selected transfer for the unload, but we also need to set load if available. So now it says transfer and take cargo. So it'll put down any passengers that want to transfer, and it'll pick up any passengers that want to get on. Because before it was just dropping passengers off but not picking them up. Right. Badly explained, and it's been a while since I played the game, so I forgot about that. That's better. That is better. The train is 55% full. That's what we like to see. It's finally working. We're finally going to start making money, I'm telling you. Having all these fancy options is awesome for advanced players. Default options really should be it just works. Yeah, it's definitely... Like, it's nice to have those options. It's nice to be able to say, you know, drop off passengers but don't pick them up. But the default should be pick up and drop off at every station, right? Look at that! Look at that! We just made £3,000! We just made £3,500 because all the passengers who've been waiting at Scunthorpe for literal months have finally got their train. Oh my god, it worked! It worked! We've got money! I mean, we're immediately about to go back into the red, but it's working. We're finally turning a profit. Holy shit. Essential for complex networks, especially if you're trying to copy an IRL network. Yeah. Like I say, it's good to have the option, but the default isn't brilliant. Should have kept them there, made them live off vending machine food and drink. Yeah. Okay, it's the end of the year. Let's see how much profit we made. Minus 5,000. That's good. That's good. We might actually be about to break even here. And to be quite honest, breaking even in our 4th year of business is not bad. If we can break even in 1927, I'll be happy with that. I've got a good feeling this is going to be the year. Like, look at how much money we're making from the transfer as well. Look at the bus. Ooh, we actually might need a second bus. I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to follow this bus in this window and keep an eye on the train in the big window. Okay, train's arriving at Kimberley. Bus is arriving at Scunthorpe Marketplace. We made £4 from the bus, but we made £30 from the train. Okay, might have spoken too soon. I feel like that 3,500 was just because we had a big backlog of passengers waiting to be moved. It might take a little bit longer before we actually start to turn a profit from this. The real question, though, is Scunthorpe growing yet? It's still not growing. Maybe we should start transporting mail. Because Kimberley accepts mail. Beverley doesn't accept mail. And also Scunthorpe doesn't accept mail, but we can transfer mail. Maybe that's what we should do. We should start thinking about building some postal infrastructure, because there's a lot of money to be made there. Cargo... Oh no, wait. Mail... why is... Oh, mail's there. Okay, clerestory brake carriage. Oh, right! We can fix these on to existing passenger trains. That's good. When this comes back, we'll send it back to the depot. We'll put a brake coach on the end. That can carry mail, and then this train can double as a mail train. I think we might have to take a 4th loan, unfortunately. Okay. Well, I feel like we're close to a breakthrough, though. I really do. If we can build a lorry station near the town centre. Scunthorpe truck lot. There we go. Now we can set up a mail van. Oh, but we'll also need to build a depot next to the train station here. There we go. New vehicles. Cargo type mail. And we'll use a Scamel lorry. I think those are the ones with 3 axles, right? I mean 3 wheels. Okay, and you're going to go to Scunthorpe truck lot. Oh, it's articulated so it can't go there. Right. How do I sell it? Wait, let me pause for a second. How do I sell? Ah, sell all road vehicles. There we go. Right. I want you to return to the depot. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, Vulcan lorry. Vulcan lorry. Buy and refit. You can go to the truck lot, and then to Scunthorpe South. There we go. Lots of windows open right now. I apologise. Just waiting to see the truck pop up. There we go. Now, remember we want to set it to load if available and transfer. There we go. That should start moving mail to the train station. And we'll make our lorries blue. There we go. Blue with a white canopy. Nice. A three-wheeled lorry? Yes. It's not the Scamel. It's a different one, but there was a three-wheeled lorry at some point. Very, very old. Like, I think 30s, most likely. Might have been called Scarab or something like that. Wait, why? I don't understand why it won't go back to the depot right now. I think maybe we placed the wrong signal type. There we go. Okay, so we want to buy a brake carriage. Requires more money. No worries, I'll just take out even more money so that I can buy one. And off you go. And now it will start transferring mail. Can I add this game music to my playlist? As Catpig says, I'm using a mod, well, quite a few mods that add in, like, British folk music, English, Scottish, Welsh folk music. There's some Irish as well, some Canadian, some American. I'm not sure where you'd find the exact track list. I mean, you could look up the mod, which I'll tell you the names of the mod before we finish. In fact, it should be here in the audio options, right? Sound. So this is called Barry Taylor's Traditional Scottish Tune Book. If you just search up, like, OpenTTD Barry Taylor, it should come up with a list of all of the mods that he's made for the game. But yeah, lots of them are music. There's a lot of good music in the game from this guy. Presumably the mod's an archive with the audio files in it. Most likely, yeah. Okay, right. This is good. So the train is now 6 coaches long. The last coach is a break coach, which transports mail. So we are going to now start transferring mail. Look here, we got 8 bags of mail at Kimberley. That should go down. There we go. There we go. We're transporting mail by train. We're getting there. We're getting there. And Scunthorpe's growing! Yes! Okay, we've actually achieved something. Right, Scunthorpe is now growing. We're moving enough goods around the town that the population is starting to grow. This is good news. The more it grows, the more passengers, the more mail, and so on and so forth, and it repeats. It's growing faster than the others as well. These two are growing every 200 days. Scunthorpe is growing every 72 days. And we are making money. We are actually making money right now. Oh, thank God. I wish they brought back mail and parcel trade. Yeah, honestly. Exactly. The thing is, like, next day delivery and like Amazon like same day delivery and shit like that. It completely ruined the postal service, I feel like. Because people are just too impatient, you know. Now that the option is there to get stuff bought and delivered the same day, it's kind of destroyed traditional mail. But yeah, what's wrong with moving stuff by train? Much more efficient than vans. And then you have a system like this where vans move stuff for the final journey, you know, directly to people's doors, but moving stuff between cities happens by train. And that doesn't really happen anymore. Even in the UK, I think Royal Mail still has some rail operations, but it's not what it used to be. Like, Royal Mail used to transport a lot of their post by train, and it just doesn't really happen anymore. In fact, there's a Royal Mail rail depot in Doncaster, but I think it's defunct now. I think it's shut down. Didn't the Great Train Robbery have something to do with stopping mail on trains? Yes, it was, yes. The Great Train Robbery was... Oh, no, it was money. It was money. The Great Train Robbery, they stopped a train that was transporting money, like cash, notes, to a bank somewhere, and they hijacked the train and stole a load of money. I don't think money is transferred by train anymore either. It's certainly not in this country. I want to start buying more trains, because Scunthorpe here, there's only one platform being used. To grow. I'm hoping... Year 5. Come on, Year 5 could be the year that we turn a profit. Please let this be the year that we finally turn a profit. I want to build my extension to Farnham. I can't afford to build the railway down to Farnham without taking out another loan, and I really don't want to take out another loan. What I might do is do a quick save. And then I'm going to turn the timescale up. And we're just gonna let the clock roll until the end of this year and see if we finally turn a profit. It's a risky strategy, that's why I saved before I did it, in case we need to revert and go back. But I'm hoping if we just let it run for a year, see what it nets us. Because we are making money. You can see every time you see a green pop up, that means that money's being made. At least some of the last mile is done with human-powered propulsion. Yeah, true, true. I'm really hoping this pays off. The problem is we went straight for trains, and that's not really how the game's supposed to be played, you know? The way the game's supposed to be played is you start off with a town, you start off with road vehicles, you get some buses, you get some trucks, and then you get a railway. But obviously I'm too rail-pilled that we gone straight for trains at the very beginning of the game, which is why it's taken us so long to turn a profit. Okay, we're coming up to the end of the year. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good. We also could have built a single track railway first, considering we're only running one train at the minute. Again, I kind of future-proofed a bit too much by going straight in with double track. Yeah, look at that. We still managed to lose 6,000. Okay, that strategy didn't work, so I'm going to rewind a little bit back to this save, and we're going to have to rethink our strategy a little bit. Let me pause the game. In Simutrans, I start with horse-drawn road carriages. The game even has horse-drawn trams. Yeah, you can get horse-drawn trams in this as well. We do have some tram infrastructure here. Which would have been good, actually. We could have set up some trams. Like I say, the problem is I tried too hard to future-proof, like building this massive train station with 4 platforms, building this double track line all the way down to Kimberley and Beverley. We should have started with just a single platform station at each end and just a single track line up and down. But I've made my bed. I'll lie in it. What I think might be a good idea is if I just take out another few... If I take out another 50,000, that brings my loan up to an even 200,000, right? And that gives us 56 to play around with, which we can use to try and course correct a little bit and try and fix some of the problems that we've made for ourselves here. So the big problem, I think, is... we need to start transporting passengers around the town, because one thing that I didn't mention earlier is a really great way to get the town to grow is to transport passengers around the town. If we put like 4 or 5 bus stations around the town and just have a bus going round and round, that will make the town grow super quickly, which we should have done right from the start, really. Again, I got a bit tunnel visioned and I went straight for trains. But what we'll do this time is we'll put in a few more bus stops. We'll get a couple more buses to run around. Yeah, one there. We'll go... there, 1, 2... and then possibly one... if we connect this up, one here, next to the stadium. And let's give them some slightly more useful names, because this one here that's right on the edge of town is just called Scunthorpe, which doesn't really help. We'll call this one Scunthorpe Stadium, since it's right next to a football stadium. We'll keep Market Square, because I've gotten used to that one now. Scunthorpe High Street we can keep. And this one's on a little hill, so I'll call this one Scunthorpe Hill. Okay, then we're going to buy ourselves another bus. Oh, game's still paused. Whoops. There we go. And this one is just going to go round in a circle. There we go. And what I could do is make the other bus do the same route, but in reverse. Then we got one bus doing a circular route in each direction. That should really start to grow the town for us a bit more. There we go. They are both going to the train station currently. I might change that so one of them does the circular and one of them goes back and forth between the bus station, but let's just see how this goes first. Also, this bus here is holding up traffic. We might have to build an off-road bus station here. There we go. Double circle's great, but I'm not sure if a fairly simple sim like OpenTTD or Simitrans will handle that correctly. It should do. It should do. Passengers just... I think the passenger finding algorithm is that they just choose the shortest route. Like, if a passenger wants to go from Scunthorpe High Street to Scunthorpe Hill, they'll get on the bus that's going that way, rather than the one that's going the long way around. I've not really paid enough attention to see exactly how that system works in this game. But, you know, Chris Sawyer was a very detail-oriented guy, so who knows? He did put a lot of work into these games back in the 90s, right? Let's just watch for a while and see what happens. There we go, look at that. Oh, look at all that money. Oh. I mean, the other bus only made £1, but that's good. This is really good. Town's now growing every 39 days. This could be it. This could be it. I think the issue isn't detail, but plain old horsepower. Yeah. I don't know, honestly. I don't know how the passenger algorithm works, but I've never seen passengers like waiting ages and ages for a bus that's going in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? I've always like there's 38 passengers waiting here. Presumably, if like half of them are going to Scunthorpe Hill, then that number should go down by about half. But I don't know. Like I say, I've not really paid enough attention to see how the pathfinding algorithm works for passengers and what route they take. That's what I mean. Sometimes going in the wrong direction is the quicker choice if you have less weight. I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I don't think it factors that in. I think they just take whatever's the shortest route, like the shortest travel time. I don't think that they factor in wait time. Also in this, passengers don't even have a destination. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So it's just random where they get on and off? Oh look, the roads are being upgraded. Cool. I thought you could just take them anywhere. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I guess so. That must be how it works then. Oh look, a new house is appearing. Town now grows every 25 days. This is the strat. I told you this was the strat. Oh, there's a lot of mail being piled up though. I think we might need more trucks for the mail. Mail, Vulcan lorry, buy and refit. Now there is a way to copy orders. Show vehicles orders. That is probably easier if I just do it manually this time. But there is a way to do that. There is a way to copy orders from one vehicle to another. Okay, there we go. Definitely makes the game more complicated for the player, though. Not everyone wants that. True, true. I do think it keeps it simple. If it just, you know, all passengers will go to all destinations, it'll just, like, randomly decide who gets on and who gets off. Okay, so we now got 2 trucks transferring mail. Things seem to be going a lot smoother now. We're still going to turn a loss this year. I mean, if we did take out 50 grand, so if we don't factor that in, I think we're still going to make a slight loss, but I think we've got to a point now that we should be able to turn a profit next year, finally. Also, hey Sophie, how you doing? Do we have enough money? If I say, I'm going to save. I'm wondering if we got enough money for me to buy another train now, because I'd like to get an express train on the go, and well use our current train as an express, and then get a slower stopping train. Like, we could get an autocar. We could get a petrol-powered Northeastern Railway autocar. Those are very cheap, because it's just one car. Have that run to Scunthorpe South. Have that do the shuttle. I think it's worth a try. Look at it, it's cute. and then we can reassign this one. Oh, but this one can't take mail, though, can it? That's a bit of an oversight, because... Oh, it can take mail. It is... No. No, that's the station that's piling up mail. Yeah, it can't... This can't carry mail, which is going to be a problem, because we do want to be moving mail as well. Well, let's let it run for a bit and see if it turns a profit for us. Colour scheme for our... I think it counts as a diesel multiple unit. It is petrol powered, but it counts as a DMU, I think. So let's make it red. I think the real NER petrol railcar was crimson and cream, because it was the colour of standard British Railways carriage stock. So let's make it red and white. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, that looks about right. It is very slow as well. I've not thought this through. I've rushed into it again. I've not thought this through. This thing is very slow, and we've only got double track. So I can already see the express steam engine is going to keep getting stuck behind the rail car here, isn't it? I should really think before I buy things. In real life as well. I should just think before I make purchases like this. So just to be clear, this has a top speed of 40 miles per hour. And the express train here, the express engine, has a top speed of 85 miles. This can go twice the speed of the rail car. This is going to be constantly held up by the rail car, isn't it? But the rail car probably has quicker PAX exchange, so the fast steam train with slow PAX exchange can't even overtake at stations. Yeah, that's true as well. Like, even if for example, the auto car gets into Scunthorpe and then the steam engine behind it goes into the next platform, because it's only got one coach, the auto car will leave first as well. So it'll be stuck behind it going in and out of the station. I really feel like... We'll see. We'll watch it and see what happens, but I really feel like the steam engine is just going to constantly get held up behind the rail car here. They're far enough away from each other right now that it doesn't matter too much. But eventually, they're going to start holding each other up, aren't they? Also, the express passenger train is still stopping at Kimberley because it's transporting mail. And if I want to cut Kimberley out of the express service, we need to buy another train just for mail, because the autocar doesn't transfer mail. Oh, I've really not thought this through. Okay. Engines only. Let's just try and buy the cheapest engine that we can. Midland Railway 1520. No, but we don't want anything too slow because it'll end up holding stuff up again, right? What was the 5600 class? How much is that? 29k. The Prairie Tank is the exact same price. We'll buy this one. So this one's going to be for just mail. transfer. Load if available. Actually, this one doesn't need to go to Beverly. We don't need a mail train to go... If the express train... Right, let me pause for a second to explain what I'm thinking. If the express train runs between Scunthorpe and Beverly, it can take the mail from Scunthorpe to Beverly, right? And then the other train that's only transporting mail, that can run between Scunthorpe and Kimberley. So the autocar, the rail car can go to all 3 stations, the express train can just go to Scunthorpe and Beverly, and the mail train can just go to Scunthorpe and Kimberley. That's the plan. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. Off you go. And then the express train here, we will cut Kimberley out of the orders. Wait, how do I... Delete. Delete. Go. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Look, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna see if this. We're gonna see what happens. It stopped. It stopped. There's our mail train. I'm really curious as to what's going to happen here with the rail car, because it is holding up. Come on, let's see what happens. Let's see. Yep. The rail car is immediately on the move again, which means it's gonna hold up the express train all the way down until Kimberley. More lights might help. Possibly. Possibly. I'm thinking. If you have more lights, the steamer will be closer to the station junction, and that might be enough. You could be right. You could be right. We could definitely put another light here, just before the station junction. No, we can't, because we are bankrupt again. Oh my god, we have not made any money so far. We have just been losing... We have lost so much money. I've really got this completely arse backwards, because again, we started with the railways instead of doing all the... Oh, wait, oh, yes! Yes, good, good, okay. So this is what I thought would happen. The rail car went to Kimberley, which gave the express train a chance to go to Beverly, and it was quick enough to get back out before the rail car got down to Beverly, if that makes sense. The other thing is the express service is going to be going down to... No, the rail car is going to be going down to Farnham soon. If my thinking out loud is too backseaty, just say so. No, you're good. You're good, Cat Pig. I appreciate it. We could probably do with another signal somewhere around here. I think the GWR tank engine is roughly the same speed as the auto coach. It's a little bit faster, so it is going to get held up a little bit, but I think we should be good. How's Scunthorpe doing? It's now growing every 20 days. Look at this. Look at all these new buildings that have appeared. just because we're now transporting passengers by road. So buses, we definitely should have started with buses. Those are a much more sensible way to start the game. Bit of an oversight to go straight to the trains, I'll admit. Oh look, all the trains are here at the same time. Cool. I do have to go to the garden now. Thirsty plants. No worries, Catpig. We're going to have to go over to Zoo Tycoon in a minute, by the way. We've been playing this for nearly 2 hours. Not a brilliant start. We have lost quite a lot of money already, but I'm looking forward to playing more of this. Oh god, look at this. There's literally a train traffic jam right now. All 3 trains. Yeah, I've not thought this through. I've really not thought this through. I might actually start again in the next stream. Now that we've had 1 episode for me to explain the premise of the game, maybe in the next episode we'll just start again and we'll do buses first and play it a bit more sensibly. But that is all we got time for today for for Transport Tycoon. What a game. What a great game. It is very much one of those games that you can sink a lot of time into. And I would love to keep playing it. I would love to just go ahead and make this like a 5-hour stream of just this game. But we can't. We've got other games to play. So we'll leave this here. Okay, this probably should have taken priority, but okay. Whatever. Five-hour days, 7 days a week, OpenTTD stream. Honestly, it is one of those games you could make an entire channel out of just playing this game, you know, and people do. There are channels out there that just play OpenTTD. I could never do that, though. I don't think I could have a channel where I just played one game all the time, because I'd get so bored of it. It's kind of the same with Factorio, and, you know, I love Factorio to death. But there are so many YouTube channels that just make Factorio content. If you're a Factorio player, you'll probably be familiar with some of the big names in the Factorio scene. But I just couldn't imagine having an entire channel just playing one game. I'd get so bored of it. Like, even the best game in the world, you'll eventually get bored of if you just play that one game over and over forever, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about it anyway. I much prefer being a variety streamer. Sometimes I feel like certain games I wish I had a bit more time for, but I'd much rather do what I do now than like just play this or just play Factorio or whatever else. But yeah, that's gonna be it for Transport Tycoon Deluxe for today. Great game. Can't wait to play more of it. There is going to be another Tycoon Tuesday stream on the 18th, so that's not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Ooh, excuse me. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. It's been good to play it, and we will definitely play more of it. But now we're going to go and play Planet Zoo. Who's ready? Who's ready for some Planet Zoo, eh? Let me just go ahead and get it launched. I prefer variety channels for the most part, especially because I also don't stick to one game for very long. Yeah. I'm very much one of those players who goes through a phase of each game. You know, like the infamous Minecraft phase. That's just me with every video game. Like, I'll play Factorio religiously for 2 weeks, and then I'll be like, okay, let me go and play something else now. Yeah, I definitely... I just can't imagine just playing one game all the time. I can't imagine making a career out of just playing one video game constantly. I'd get so bored of it. last time I say bye now. See ya. See you later, Cat Pig. See you later. Hopefully you might get a chance to pop in again later for some Zoo Tycoon. Or Planet Zoo, sorry. This is not Zoo Tycoon. Oh, hello. That's a gibbon, I think. We're in! Okay, so this is Planet Zoo, everybody. It's a Zoo Tycoon game. We build a zoo. I have not played this before. I've played Zoo Tycoon, which is a completely different game by a completely different developer, as far as I'm aware. But I remember playing Zoo Tycoon on my sister's DS many, many years ago. But this is Planet Zoo. There are trains in this game. That's all I'll say.
Whoa. Whoa.
Which we'll get to. Okay, I didn't realise there was going to be character customization. I don't want to spend too long here because I want to get on with the game. I mean, none of these look particularly like me, I don't think. I guess this one kind of does, because I do have quite a... it's not really a square jaw, but it's a bit more pointy.
Oh.
No, that looks too flat. My face isn't that flat. It's either this one or this one. What do we think, everybody? Which one of these looks more like my face? Don't hold back. Be brutally honest. It's either this one or this one. I feel like this one, the nose is wrong. But this one, there's too much chin.
Ah.
I'm going this one. I'm going with the flat face. Let's wear a cap. Also, hey P, how you doing?
Oh.
Ooh. That's a bit of me. I've got quite a few shirts like that, actually. Ooh. I've got a dress that looks like this. Does everyone remember my red dress with the white stripes? It looks exactly like this, but in dress form. Ooh. Okay. There's quite a lot of good options here. But I do have this exact top. I'm not wearing it today, but you may recall me wearing this white tank top recently. Or vest, or whatever you want to call it. Or maybe we should go...
Ah.
I'm going to spend way too long in the character creation screen, by the way. I didn't realise this game had a character creation screen, and now I do. I'm going to spend far too long here. That one's good. I like the red here. Evening, Dre Dog. How are you doing? Let's go jeans. And hat.
Oh.
I don't really want an animal hat, to be honest. I like just the cap. There we go. That'll do. That's good. Yeah. Good enough. Okay, where are we going to place our HQ? You can edit your avatar HQ position later. I mean, should we just put it in the UK? I guess. Okay. Korea.
Oh.
Stately homeschooling Goodwin House. Okay, renovated and renamed after its purchase by Bernard Goodwin in the 1980s, the Goodwin House has since become one of the most respected zoos in the country. More recently, it has undergone a further renovation to update many of the habitats and facilities, but due to various issues, the work hasn't quite been completed, which is where you come in. Okay, difficulty. I think we'll play on easy because it's the first time I've ever played. And I'm not quite sure what I'm getting myself into. We'll play on easy for now. Oh, lovely. Right, here we go. How's the volume? It seems like the music's a little bit loud.
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person.
There is a train. I saw the train track.
You call me Bernie.
When do I get the
person who
trains,
calls me
Bernard?
Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets.
Oh, Lima. You.
As you know, I own
Bear.
several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s.
Ooh, lions.
But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy.
Peacock.
Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So,
Elephant.
it's up to you to finish everything off.
I'm basically just going to be shouting out the
Don't
names of
worry,
animals.
though.
Zebra.
I'm not completely throwing you in at the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones,
Wolves.
will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire.
Humans.
Even better.
Down there.
One that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Are you playing on Sandbox or Korea? I'm going to do Korea.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire.
Oh, she's Welsh.
Now, I hope you're ready to ditch
Lovely.
your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on.
Lovely,
But
thank
before
you,
we
Nancy.
begin the real work,
Of course
how
she's
about
Welsh,
we
she's called
familiarise
Nancy
you with the zoo
Jones.
by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals. We'll start by popping
Also,
over
hey
and
P,
having
how
a
are you
look-see
doing
at
this
the grizzly
evening?
bears in their habitat.
Sorry, I wasn't listening, Nancy. I was just distracted by you being Welsh.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year? Oh, but
7
then
months a
again,
year?
given the chance,
Really?
I think a lot of people would do that too.
Yeah, well,
Select
I'm not
one of the
gonna
bears
I'm not gonna
we'll
try and
bring up this
imitate her Welsh
information
accent.
panel.
I don't want to offend anyone.
This is where you can
Zachary.
find out all kinds of
Okay, hey,
information
Zachary.
about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn
So-
more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Oh my god, P's doing the narration, says so. Okay, what did she say? Enter grizzly bear animal camera. Oh, right.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it.
Right.
Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Let's go and look at the lions. Where are they? Oh, I'm still in the orbital camera. There we go. No, wait. How do I leave? There we go. Look, there is a train. There's a zoo train. There. When do I get to build one of these? I only bought this game because it's got trains in it. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I didn't even know that there were trains in it, actually. But it's a pleasant surprise. Does this game also make Planet Coaster? Yes, it is the same team behind Planet Coaster.
Or the West African lion to you and me.
Which we may play
Lions
at some point in
are the most social
future.
of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome. Which is precisely why I hand the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Okay, empty habitat. That one's over here.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's
lovely.
missing a certain something. Well,
Yeah, it's missing animals.
two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Okay, animal trading.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Okay.
When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
Yes, let's do that.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat,
Even
your
Planet Coasters have
caretakers will
trains
go
and
to the
monorail?
trade
Yeah.
centre, collect your animal and deliver them to
Oh,
your
I know,
selected
I know.
habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
I've done a really good Alton Towers remake. Cool, Sophie, cool. The thing is, I've never really been interested in roller coasters or theme parks. It's not really my kind of thing. So I've never played Roller Coaster Tycoon, I've never played Planet Coaster or anything like that. I would like to check them out. But it's going to be very new ground for me, because it's not
as you can
really
see,
something
those
I'm
caretakers
too
don't
interested
hang
in
about. They'll
IRL.
move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat, but I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health.
Oh, they're in rude health, are
Let's
they?
get the warthogs' habitat finished up
I
so we
love
can
this.
keep them nice and happy.
I don't think P's
You see,
even watching
each
right
animal
now.
in the zoo has an overall welfare
We're just sat here
statistic,
dragging
basically how happy they are.
Nancy's
And
Welsh
that
accent, and
overall
P's not
welfare
even here to
statistic
hear it.
is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't
Right.
worry if that's a lot to remember. You can
It
always
is a
check
lot
the
to remember. There's a
Wikipedia
lot
for
of
more
talking
information.
so far, Nancy. No offence.
Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station, and for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Okay. There's your food trough, boys. And a large water bowl, or...
Animals also require
There we go.
stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll
Ooh,
around
lovely.
in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare. Oh, Nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a pharaoh state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Okay, ostrich habitat, right. This tutorial is pretty drawn out, I can't lie.
Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
Okay, now you can't see the pause button because it's clipped at the bottom of the screen. I think it's... What's just happened?
Ah, that's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good
Okay,
idea
now
to
you can't
pause the
see
game
anything.
whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out?
Yeah.
Just make sure it...
Right, I'm going to pause just for 1 second. Is it better... I think for this game, it's better if I clip off the top of the game window, because all the important information's at the bottom.
path so the keepers can reach it.
It is going to cut off the dialogue box, but I think that's alright.
Right, let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier. Good work.
Oh, that's a bit rough,
Remember,
but it'll do.
before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Okay, swap a section of brick for glass. Let's do...
There we go. Adding
Yes.
in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the
Nice.
guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation
yes.
boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Yes, we'll just pop a donation box right next to the animal habitat. Why not?
Now, before we adopt our ostriches, you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
Okay. Unpause.
By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button.
Train.
It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them.
Also, sorry I'm not reading chat right now. It's just this tutorial is so wordy. I've barely had a second to get a word in. What are you calling your zoo? I don't know yet. Have you ever watched Still Game? I've seen it. I've not watched it. I've not like sat down and watched like all of it, but I've seen a couple of episodes. Okay, adopt and place 4 new ostriches. Right.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station,
Yeah.
and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
How do I rotate this? It hasn't told me how to rotate stuff before I place it. Okay, I'll just place it down there. There we go.
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh,
Wow.
heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut.
Okay.
Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
It's
You'll
Z.
need to
Yeah.
rotate
Thank you,
the keeper
STFC.
hut to get it to connect up to the path.
And yeah, this
keeper
is the
hut only
tutorial,
has
by the
space
way.
for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness. Negatively.
Right.
In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we? Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off. Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out.
Ooh,
It's not too
giraffes.
far away.
Oh, I like the viewing platform up here for the giraffes and zebras. This is cool. Okay. We're still in the tutorial, by the way. We're setting up an enclosure for Bengal
The next
tigers
job is to
now.
build a habitat from scratch.
Okay.
And concrete and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier. Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
I think it's best if you learn the basics, then go off and build your own park. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode. Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
Right.
Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters. Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas.
Yeah.
We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
Oh, it won't let me put these back down now. I've accidentally built... I changed the height of one of the... I changed the height of one of the wall sections, and now I can't put it back down, so it's just mismatched with the rest. Right, hang on. Right, I don't understand why it's not letting me add any glass. Is it because I'm in the tutorial? It'll only let me add...
Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate's in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Okay. I'm hoping we're nearly done with the tutorial, because I would like to get on with, you know, starting my own zoo.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them. This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into Terrain and selecting the water tool. Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
Oh, cool. Rubbing pads.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Yeah, we'll just use a pre-made one for now. It's very big. It seems like out of scale with everything else, but
I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Okay, what's up, tiger?
Rightio. Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat.
Wait, what? Oh, this
Okay,
terrain
then.
tab,
Open
right.
the terrain editing tool, select
Now we open
painting,
it.
and give them some
Right.
more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare. Right then.
There we
All
go.
animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, or Asia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab. Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger,
Right,
like
yeah.
the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want. You can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Right. Temperate. There isn't a rainforest tab. Is tropical the rainforest tab? Okay, let's try and give him some bamboo. Never done the tutorial, but Google says it takes an hour or more. Oh, God. I really just want to get into the actual game, you know? I'm hoping there's not much
They
left
say
on the
that good
tutorial
fences
at this
make
point.
good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been
Okay.
told that we need to improve their social welfare. Now then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand their social welfare and we can get a bit more detail.
Right.
Now, they've clearly got plenty of space and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong. Right, as you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Off you
Okay.
pop to the animal market then.
I do feel like the tutorial is a bit too long. I feel like I've already learned the basics, you know?
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
Okay, it does look like we're nearly finished. Snow leopards.
Just like people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests. Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Yeah, see, one problem is... Let me just pause for a second. One problem is... The pop-up telling you what to do appears on screen way before she finishes narrating. So it says, like, in the bottom's corner, it says open the heat map, like 10 full seconds before she actually says to open the heat map. You know what I mean? So I'm clicking it, waiting for the narration to catch up.
As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Okay. Right, I've placed a cooler. It's starting to cool down. Is that good enough, or do I need to cover... Do I need one more? How long do I have to wait? Let me turn up the speed a bit. Right. Is it doing anything or what? I don't understand. Is it still not cool enough?
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them.
It didn't tell me to place 3 specifically.
It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that happen.
Terrain. Ah, okay. This is where it shows us what terrain they want. So they want less grass, more rock.
Now then, all of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy.
Yes.
So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats.
Okay, thank you,
That'll
Nancy.
increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo.
Hey,
and
Scrivy.
that average welfare is a very important statistic. Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you
Nancy,
should go into
please.
zoo management and then into
Nancy.
the animals section.
I get it, Nancy. Leave me alone.
As you can see, this list shows you the animal's overall welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button. Right, I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Right, what's wrong with Eliza? Can we sort by welfare? We can. Eliza's not doing very well. How do we visit her? No. How? Oh, this is her. We're already here. Right. What do you need, Eliza? What's the problem? Well, that's not her. Where is she? Amina. Right. It said she was in this enclosure, but I can't see her now. Oh. I can't see because this pop-up covers the entire... There we go. Right. Oh, she's clipping through the floor. Lovely. How can I... This tutorial's bugging me. The tutorial's pissing me off a little bit, I can't lie. Right. Animal has severe social welfare issues. Critical area or crowding issues are present. Right, so how do I deal with that? Do I just sell... Just sell her? To make more space? I don't understand. How do I fix the issue if the issue is not having enough space? We don't really have any room to expand. There's nowhere else. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. It won't let me sell. What do I do? How do I fix a space problem? I can't make the enclosure any bigger in this space. Do I move her to a different enclosure? Well, like, but where? I don't know. It's starting to frustrate me at this point. Shelter space is insufficient. Right, they need more shelter. Right. Okay. Oh, thank you for the stretch, Sophie. Habitat, shelters. What kind of shelter is this? Metal plank roof.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay.
I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab
No,
your
I think
passport,
that's
we'll head off, shall we?
that's enough. Thank you, Nancy. We've done the first level of the tutorial. I think that's enough for us to have learned the basics. So we're going to start a new zoo now. What shall we call it? I don't know. Let me just save this one, I think.
Sounds like you got the whole...
Okay, so how do I start a new zoo? How do I just like pick a random place to start a new zoo? My zoos. Right. We don't need these autosaves. Sandbox? I don't want to do sandbox though. I still want it to be like, I don't want infinite resources. I still want to have to manage money and all that kind of stuff. Is it franchise that I need for that? Challenge. Build your zoos offline with a full economy and challenges. That's what I need. Challenge mode. Right. We will stick with Europe. Difficulty easy. Terrain type. We'll keep flat for now. And we'll call it... what shall we call our zoo? Any zoo name suggestions, please? The Ashbridge Enterprise is huge. We have a zoo, space exploration, haulage company, restaurant chain, farm. Yeah. I think the best Ashbridge something. What's another word for zoo? Wildlife park? Possibly. Possibly. I want to call it Ashbridge Safaris, but it's not really a safari park, is it? There's a difference between a zoo and a safari park. A safari park is where the animals kind of roam free and you, like, go through in a car. It's not really that, but I like Ashbridge Safaris. That does sound good. Ashbridge Animal Emporium. I'm going to call it Ashbridge Safaris for now. It's not a safari park, but Ashbridge Safaris just sounds good. Animal Sanctuary? That's not a bad idea. Ashbridge Animal Sanctuaries. Oh, here we are. Whoa. Also, hi, welcome back, Mega Rocco, by the way. Okay. Where do we begin? We need a trade center, a workshop, a quarantine, a staff room, a research center, a keeper hut, and a vet surgery. Before we can start building any animal enclosures, I feel like these are all quite important. So what's this building here? This is our like entrance for visitors, right? Is it? No, this doesn't look like a visitor entrance. I mean, this is just a room. This is just a room with one door. How do people enter the park here? I don't understand. I think this is supposed to be the entrance building. It just doesn't actually have anywhere for people to get in from this side. So people just appear. People just spawn in the entrance building. That's fair enough. As long as I know. Let's start by adding a bit of a path. Paths. Ah, there we go. Light asphalt. Okay, all the paths are the same price, so what do we want to go with here? I like a nice tree bark path myself. You know, that's I think that's a good place to start. Okay, the path building tools are not great. It feels like it keeps... If I go too far away, it disconnects. There might be a way to, like, lock it so that it doesn't do that. There are some tools down here. We can snap to grid and stuff like that. I don't want it to be too gritty, though. You know, I think in a game like this, where you have the option to build off-grid, it's nice to take it. It's nice to build enclosures that are unusual shapes and stuff. So we're not going to try and stick too harshly to a grid structure or anything. I always start with peacocks, but the sound they make pisses me off. Okay, I think workshop is probably the best place to start, right? I mean, is it a good idea to place it just right here? Let's place it a little bit further down here. That's our workshop. Staff room. A staff room should be fairly close to the main entrance, I feel like. Let's have the staff room in the shade a little bit. Keeper hut. We need at least one of those, which I guess we'll put near the staff room for now. Maybe like here. Then that's all the basics. That's all like the essentials, right? For now. Right, why does it look like they've not... Why does it look like they're under construction? The zookeeper buildings are apparently unsightly and need to be away somewhat from the public. Ah, yes, it did mention that earlier. So I guess if we channel the public down this path here and avoid having them going along these, and then we'll put all of our like important buildings, like all of our facility buildings, we'll put along the perimeter of the zoo. This one might be a bit too close, but we'll see. We do also need a quarantine and a research center. I think, like I said, I think we'll try and expand in this direction and put all of our facility stuff off in the distance where it's not too close to the visitor areas. If you press facility at the bottom, you can get nicer buildings. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, these look much nicer. Let's delete these then. Okay, quarantine small will pop over. In fact, we've probably got room here that we can add another little path branching off the main one. There we go. And then down here is where we'll put our quarantine. There we go. And our research center. Staff room. I still feel like the staff room should be a little bit closer to the entrance. So put the staff room in the trees like we did before. What else did we need? A vet and a zoo workshop and a trade center. Okay, zoo workshop can go here next to the research center. Trade center can go here as well. These, yeah, the facility buildings are a little bit boring. They kind of all just look the same, which is a shame. And the vet looks exactly the same as the quarantine as well. We'll keep all of those kind of buildings huddled away into this little corner down here. Okay, so can we start adding animal exhibits now? I think that's all the important facility buildings in. Let's start with a little... ooh. You can also make staff-only paths. That's good. Okay. Wait, how does that... It just... There we go. Oh, is that what this is? Is that a staff-only path, maybe? I don't know. On blueprints, that just imports stuff already made at the bottom. Right. Probably too early days, but on the left, if you press the train symbol, that's how you build transport. Yeah, we're not going to worry about that just yet. I want to get my first animals in first. Okay, we got... Wait, what? I don't understand. Why has that disappeared? Why is stuff getting deleted? How do I add the glass? I did it earlier in the tutorial. Right, there. You click on the section and then you press glass to replace it with glass. Got it. I mean, it's probably going to be quite expensive to make the enclosure almost entirely glass, but it's our first enclosure. I want to put something in here. You know, what's a good thing to put in for, like, just when you first enter the zoo, I wonder. Also, how do I turn this into a habitat? Do I need to, like, mark out the boundaries to label it as a habitat, or how does that work? Maybe I should have done the rest of the tutorial, because I feel like there's still quite a lot of stuff that I have no idea how to do. Like, how do I turn this into an animal enclosure? Hedgehogs? Can we get hedgehogs? Meerkats is a good idea, yeah. Do we have those? Doesn't look like there's any available right now. Oh, there's multiple pages, right. Can we search? We can search by species. Meerkat. Oh, there aren't any meerkats, right. Red pandas could be a good start, right? No path to destination? What do you mean? What? What have I done wrong now? You need to hire staff too? Right. Where do I do that? Staff. Keeper. Okay, we got a keeper. Now can we put the animals in here? You need a keeper hut. Facilities without power. Oh god, right. I really should have done the rest of the tutorial. I know I was getting frustrated with it, but I feel like it would have been a lot easier if I just carried on with the tutorial to learn how to do this stuff. We need a zoo, we need a vet, and we need a keeper hut. And it also says facilities without power. Move the panda from your trading place to the habitat once you have zookeepers. Right. You need a keeper. We got a keeper hut, haven't we? Oh no, I deleted the first one that we bought, right? Right. Okay. Now can we start moving the animals? Yes. Okay. We done it. We've achieved something. Now we need to give them food and water. What size of food and water feeder do they have? See, again, in the tutorial, it just tells you exactly what things you need to buy. Here, I'm not sure. I guess small. They're quite small animals, right? So we'll place down some small water bowls. Small water bowl, small food bowl, sorry. We'll place it near this corner, because this is where people are going to come in and they're going to see them straight away. And then a small water trough. We'll place the water trough near this glass over here. Yay! We got a panda! Red panda! Cute. Let's go! Thank you, P. Thank you. Right. So now we need to concentrate on giving them enrichment. Insufficient enrichment. They need food enrichment and toy enrichment. Right. So food enrichment means a play food bowl, right? Oh, is that... People are coming! People are coming! Okay, we don't have any toys available, though. We could give them a bridge to climb. There aren't any toys. Like, there's no toys that I can buy. So what do I... How do I enrich them here? Animal has severe social issues. That, well, there's another panda arriving now. So that should improve the social issues, right? Like, that should make it happier. Right, plant coverage is inappropriate for this animal. They need temperate and tiger. You'll need to research the red panda to unlock enrichment for them. Right. Once again, I should have just played the rest of the tutorial because it probably would have explained that to me. Okay. And how do I do research? Open vet research, red panda. Toy enrichment. Samantha Betts, toy enrichment. Is that... Ah, right. Research in Tier 1 gives us all of these. Right, I see, I see. Maybe best close, then open after you get all the facilities. As guests are here, you need toilets. Okay, I'll build some toilets. If I can find them. I guess they'd be best off quite close to the entrance, right? But away from the animals. There we go. Okay, I can sort out the habitat with some nature, though, so they need more... They need Asian plants. Let's pop a few bird's nest ferns in. But most importantly, horses. Yeah, hopefully we can get some kind of horses at some point. I know we can get zebras, obviously, which are a kind of horse. They're in the horse family. Okay, I think they're happy with plants now. So that's a good start. Okay. Habitat. There's still some habitat problems, though. Terrain is severely inappropriate for this animal. Okay, they need hard shelter. They need grass short and grass long. At the minute, they've got a lot of long grass, but they need more short grass. Right. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Let's make... In fact, no. I think the best option is to have a big patch of short grass around the middle here. And then they also need some rock. Oh, they need soil. And then they need a little bit more short grass. There we go. Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. They do need some hard shelter, which will be under habitat, right? Basic wooden shelter, I think, will probably be fine for them. We're doing it! I'm figuring it out. Oh, this is good. This is good. I'm happy now that I'm starting to understand it a little bit more. They do still need some social and toy enrichment, but we're researching that right now, so we don't know exactly what we need for that. And inspectors arriving in 8 months. Okay, well that's great news. How long is this going to take? Oh, is that telling us how much of the research is done? 1 out of 6? So we just leave it running for a bit? Jurassic World Evolution came out last October. I think it's like this. Oh, I've not heard of that. Is it just like this, but with dinosaurs? That's pretty cool. So we do need to wait a bit longer till there's been some more research done for these guys. Can't wait for Planet Zoo 2. The trailers look promising. Yeah, I saw when I was buying this that they're working on a second game. I guess it will. I'll see about playing it depending on how this one goes, right? Your zoo has no security guards to deal with crime. Okay, 1 second. Staff. Hire a security. I guess it's a good idea to just have one of each staff member to start with. The mechanic's not really going to do anything right now, though, is he? So maybe that wasn't the best option. Vendor and an educator. There we go. We'll just buy one of everyone. I would also add food and drink places and benches. That's a good idea. Let's set up a little... Okay. Guest facilities. Bernie's Baked Food Shop. Oh, that's quite big, isn't it? Is there anything a bit smaller? Planet Zoo Drink Shop. There we go. Oh, do we have to set out an area to place this on? Yes, it needs to be placed on a path. So how do we... I guess that'll do for now, as long as there's somewhere for them to sit, right? And you need workers for those, and yeah, I've bought all of the. I bought one of each staff member, so we've got a cleaner, we've got a vendor. Everything should be smooth now. How do I build an area for picnic benches if I can only place them on the path? Like, is there a way to just make a large area to use for this? Because it seems a little bit silly if I have to manually add more paths to put them on. That can't be right, just having the bench on a section of path like that. There must be a way to build an area. There's a clear grassy area path, I think. Natural grass path. Right. It's still a path, though, right? That's the thing that's bothering me. Is it's still? It just seems weird to build this really thin pathway and then put benches on it. Like, is there not? Can I not make mark out a big square and put benches in it? Does it have to be? The benches have to go on paths? Because that seems a bit silly. If they can only go on paths. You can make the path wider in the bottom right. Ah, okay. Obstructed. Okay, now I've accidentally deleted the path near the... There we go. There we go. That's better. We can put a few benches on this now. There we go. They've got a little picnic area. Oh, hey, Catbig. How you doing? Okay, the red pandas are about to mate, apparently. How are they doing? Welfare's at 47%. There's an inspector arriving in 3 months. And their welfare isn't great. Oh, the research is done. Yes. Okay. So we now have access to enrichment for these guys. There we go. Let's give them a ball. Let's give them... Well, we've given them a ball for now. Where are they? Oh, they're going inside because it's raining. That's increased their welfare a bit. Toy enrichment is now at 37%, so give them a couple more balls. There we go. They still need food enrichment, which it's not giving us anything. Oh! Do we need to give them a bit of water, like a little pool? Let's give them a little pool. Oh, I keep accidentally right-clicking, which deletes the water again immediately after I've placed it down. Underwater fish feeder. That's put food enrichment down to 0. What about a plant feeder? Nope, still 0, so that doesn't actually help with them. Might need further research to unlock more enrichment. Yeah, that's weird though, because it said that at tier 1 it'd unlock... Hang on a minute. Yeah, food unlock level 2. Toy enrichment, toy enrichment. Oh, right. That unlocks food, but not food enrichment. Those are two different things. So we still need a bit more research to be done. They're doing better, though. Critical crowding issues. Space. Do they need more space? There's only 2 of them in there. That should be plenty of space, right? Okay, let's give them a bigger shelter. Get rid of this one and give them this one instead. Because apparently they're not happy with the amount of space that they've got. Oh, that's better. Welfare 80%. Has the inspector been yet? They're doing good now. They're happy. Can't remember if guests need shelter when it rains. Well, if they do, they can wait. Look at these. They're so cute, by the way. And they're happy. They can bring umbrellas. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm getting the hang of it. Oh yeah, don't forget to place donation boxes. Oh, the inspector's here. I think you'll find everything to your liking, Inspector. The 2 animals that we have at this entire zoo are both very happy. So... Oh, we should probably place some bins as well. Where do we find... Where do we find donation bins? There's one. There we go. We've placed a few. Or a couple. Let's put one more over here. It clips into the wall slightly, but that's good enough. What kind of animal? We got 2 red pandas. I think we're ready to start building another enclosure, though, and getting our second animal in here. Let me just see. Facilities. Guest facilities. It doesn't look like there's a shelter for guests. Let's just put in one big shop. Oh, this is just a shell? Right, what does that mean? Oh, that's for us to put stuff inside. Right, I see, I see. No, 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 we don't want that. We want a pre-made one. Let's put in a food shop. Maybe attached to the picnic area would be a good idea. Yeah, the paths are a bit awkward, aren't they? I guess that works. Be mindful of money. Early game can be account for that. Yeah, we're already down to 4 grand. So we're not doing good. We're low on cash. Right. On the plus side, everyone loves the red pandas, so... How's the research going? Getting there on level 2. So we might want to wait for a bit until a bit more money comes in before we build our next enclosure. There is an info shop. Which I think would be a good idea. I guess this is kind of like a welcome center sort of thingy. Where people can get, like, pamphlets and stuff like that. So we'll buy one of those, because I think that will make us a bit of money. How much are tickets? I didn't know that you could set ticket prices. Where do I do that? Ah, okay, here we go. We can set ticket prices and opening hours. Again, something that would have been explained in the tutorial if I'd have finished it. I really regret not finishing the tutorial. The problem is the tutorial was really tedious. It was really drawn out, and there's a lot of important stuff that I missed because I got bored of how long the tutorial was taking. I'm going to set opening hours from 9 AM till 7 PM. I'm going to set ticket prices to $5 for an adult, but I'll make the child prices slightly cheaper. Never mind, I can't make them $2.50. We'll make the child prices $2. So, adult prices have gone up slightly, but child prices have gone down slightly. That's good. Also, hey Max, how you doing? You could get a loan. I could do, but I feel like we might not need to. Everyone likes going to the zoo at 5 PM. Well, I mean, people do. I think 7 PM is a good closing time. I'm tired, says Max. Oh, busy day again. Have yourself a nap, Max. Don't sit here listening to me yapping. Off to bed, go start early in the morning. Enjoy your zoo. Thank you, Mega Rocker. We'll see you later. Tomorrow's Horror Wednesday if you want to see me play Penumbra and more Escape the Backrooms. So I can also manage the vet research without having to go over there by using the research tab here. That's good. Yeah, research level 2 still underway. See you later, Vega Rocker. Many guests think tickets are overpriced. $5 to see 2 red pandas? That's a bargain, mate. What are you talking about? I need to make some money. I mean, happiness is still 94%, so I think they can lump it, you know. It did say that there was a building was affecting guest happiness. I wonder if it's this keeper hut here, because it's quite near the path that the guests are on. Is there any way to see which buildings are affecting happiness? I'm not sure, but I think it's this keeper building there. Also, there's no exhibits down here. Oh, you're a vet, right? Fair enough. These are staff, right? That explains why they're wandering down there. Look at how many people have come to see my red pandas, by the way. I'm renaming the zoo. I'm calling it Saul's Panda Paradise because the only animals that we have are red pandas. Oh wow, quite a jump there. Going to a zoo for a meal deal is a crime. No, no, he means the price of a meal deal, Sophie. Like, the price of tickets for this zoo are equivalent to buying a meal deal, which I think is a very reasonable price to see 2 red pandas, personally. Look at this, we got red panda research level 2 as well, which means we can finally give them food enrichment now. Dog ball. 60. Oh, space is at 65%. Food enrichment. Yes. Okay. So they still need they still need more space, really? Oh, they need a bit more short grass as well. That's it. Navigable climbing area. Oh, they need more climbing space. Let's give them a climbable natural trunk. Hey, look at that. Oh, they're about to mate. And their welfare is 96%. They're happy. Hey, we did it. Oh, you were joking. Right, sorry, Sophie. I didn't pick up on that. So I don't think this food bowl here is actually needed, right? They are, like, wading, they're paddling in the water, but they're not swimming in it, so I don't know if they do swim. They're very happy, though, and we are turning a profit. Like, the money is going up slowly but surely, so I think we just leave it running like this for a little bit until we've got the money to expand a bit more. Do we have space here for more red pandas? Because we could buy more, possibly. Jiang and Shun, we could... Too expensive. Oh, we can't afford to adopt... Why? We got the money. Oh, right, they don't cost money, they cost conservation credits. Right, so we don't have enough conservation credits to adopt Shun. We could adopt Jiang. He's not looking too good. This guy is... He's very infertile. He's got very low immunity. He's not got a very long lifespan. But I kind of want him. I want to take care of him. We'll have him. Zhang, welcome to the enclosure. We can't afford to buy the other red panda for sale right now. Shun. Which is a shame, because this girl is fertile and longevitous, if that's a word. She's going to live for a long time. Zhang's going to be dead in like 2 years, but we'll look after him. Bring him in. Just putting it out there, panda burgers would probably be a unique selling point. I wonder how panda would taste. Although red pandas are not actually pandas, just so we're all clear on, just so we're all on the same page. Red pandas are not part of the panda family. They're just called that, as far as I know. Hey, here's Zhang! Hey, hello, Zhang. Oh, we got overpopulation. Shit. It's okay, he'll be dead in like a year. This is an ill panda. He's not a well man. Too many adults in animals' social group. Yeah, but one of them's pregnant. Huqing is due in April, so there is going to be a baby very soon. April of year 3. It's January now, so we are going to get a new panda soon. A new juvenile, which I think will, you know, redress the balance to some extent. Zhang, straight up on the ceiling, by the way. Is there a risk that he could escape? Is it possible for them to escape? If they can climb on the ceiling of this, if they can climb on the roof of this hut, is that something that I have to deal with? Animals escaping? I feel like it is. How's the research going, Samantha? Not bad, not bad. Yes, says STFC. We do have to worry about them escaping. Okay. Looks like a bug, though, because of how the panda sinks into the roof. I think it's just because of, like, the collision on the roof is a bit wonky. I think they are supposed to be able to climb up. Guess we'll leave if a lion escapes, for example. Okay. I don't think the guests would leave if a red panda escapes, though, would they? Oh, we got 10 grand, by the way. Okay, we've actually made a decent bit of money just recently, so maybe we should start thinking about our next enclosure. Let's have a look on animal trading and see what other small animals there are, because I don't want anything too big at this point. Aardvarks, not a bad size. Tortoises, possibly. And they live forever, so it's a pretty good investment, right? Tapirs, they're decently sized. Lemurs are quite cheap. Let's buy some lemurs. Oh, we can only afford... We could only afford to buy one lemur. Right, so she's going to be pretty fucking lonely, isn't she? Can we sell her again? I feel like it's not a good idea to just have one. I don't know how we do sell her, though. Animals can also eat each other, so don't mix. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. I know about animal mixing. Some animals can go in together, but not many. Like, there are some, obviously, that you can't combine. Oh, we can get spiders. Oh, cool. And snakes. We could have, like, a reptile house. Oh, it's a cockroach. I thought it was an isopod. Oh, giant snails. Oh, I love giant snails. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I am looking forward to getting into this game more in the future. You know, as we start to understand it a bit more. I would love to have a reptile house and a spider, a spider house. Cool. I love that sort of shit at zoos. I love when a zoo has like an arachnid area and they've just got all different spiders in different little enclosures, and they style it so that it looks like a cave, you know? I love that kind of thing in zoos. The red panda's a carnivore. You better get another animal there in some fashion. I think, I think they're all right for foods. I think you just have to put down the feeder and they just get fed what they need to be fed, fortunately. Really spoiled for zoo too? I thought all zoos have that sort of stuff. Yeah, not all, unfortunately. All zoos should, though. I'm still trying to figure out how I sell this, How do I sell this lemur? I don't want this lemur because there's no space, like, it wouldn't be fair to keep this lemur on its own in an enclosure, right? But I don't know how to sell it. Or if we even can. But we must be able to, right? Oh, we are our first baby! Where is it? Where is it? Oh, you baby! Hey, hello, baby! Oh, they want another toy. I'll build them another toy. Oh, herb scent marker, cool. There's still too many adults, though, unfortunately. Maybe buying Zhuan. What was his name? Jiang. Maybe buying Jiang was a mistake. Where is he? There he is. I'm sorry, Jiang. You are The group is not very welcoming to you, I'm afraid. Now covers about 27... Which zoo are you talking about, Cat Pig? Sorry, I didn't see your message. Okay, we researched level 3 for pandas. Right, can somebody tell me how I sell animals, please? Because I genuinely can't find it anywhere. I want to sell this lemur because I don't have anywhere to put it. Animals infected? Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, so I can't send it to the trade centre because somehow he's caught an infection. Right, can I send it? I can send it to quarantine. Right. Oh, Leipzig Zoo. Cool, cool. Also, it's 10 to 9 already. I didn't realise how late it was. Panda Burger's sounding better. How do I get more eco points? Improving zoo reputation and releasing animals into the wild. Right. But we can't just release red pandas into the wild in the UK. What are you talking about? How does that increase our conservation points? We just release invasive species into the wild. Oh, okay. Native to the Eastern Himalayas, as that's not far from Britain. Yeah. Good point. How are we doing, everyone? Poor Jiang. He didn't ask for this. Oh, he's going for a drink. Okay, so they do drink out of the pond. They don't swim in it, though. Diseased animal discovered, vet requested. Yeah, okay. Center Trade Center. Right, so he's in the vet now. I saw them walk into the vet with him. So presumably, yes. Okay, he's now in the vet. As soon as I got enough money to buy a second lemur, we can start building a lemur enclosure. There's no more black and white ruffed lemurs for sale at the moment. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? No red ruffed lemurs for sale. There are ring-tailed lemurs. Can we mix ring-tailed lemurs and black and white lemurs in the same enclosure? I don't know if we can get away with that, or if they might not be happy with each other. I think I'm probably just going to sell him for now. Go on, then. Off you go. I need enough conservation points to be able to buy 2 animals, because most animals are not solitary, you know? Most animals we're going to need... Most of the animals that we can buy right now are going to need at least 2 to be happy, right? Like buffalo, leopards, wild dogs, bison. These are all animals that live in packs. I don't know if tapirs... Yeah, tapirs, I imagine, probably live in packs as well. I think... Oh, pangolins. Oh, right. Some of them we can buy for money. Okay, so some of them cost conservation points, but some of them cost actual cash. That's good, because we got a decent amount of money, so we could buy some buffalo, for example. What's the cheapest animal? Timberwolves. Warthogs are quite cheap. Flamingos. Peafowl. Could birds go together? Could we get away with putting flamingos and peafowl together? Because we could have a little, like, bird enclosure. Like, just a big pond with rocks around it for the birds to just kind of chill out by. I think we're going to have to leave that for next time, though, because it is 5 to 9. We are going to have to finish things up. Flamingos are pretty cool. Less dangerous than wolves, yeah. But yeah, I think best thing is to leave it for today. It's been very fun. I like the game. Looking forward to playing it. One thing I will say, I think the tutorial should be shorter. I feel like the narration kind of made the tutorial drag, and there's a lot of stuff that I should have learned. You know, I should have done the full tutorial to learn, but I was just getting so pissed off with how long the tutorial was taking. Like, there was so much narration. She would just speak for an entire minute and then tell you, click this button to do this. I just feel like the tutorial could have been a bit shorter so that I actually had enough patience to finish it. There's a lot of stuff that I still have to learn because I didn't want to sit through the full tutorial, right? Which is partially my own fault, but partially the fault of the tutorial, I think. But it's a good game. I'm looking forward to playing more of it, and we will be playing more in the next episodes of Tycoon Tuesday. This is a series that's going to be continuing for the foreseeable future. OpenTTD, though, I had a lot more fun in that, to be honest. I just really love that game, and I lost track of time with that one, to be honest. This, I've got to be honest, this felt like 2 hours. Transport Tycoon felt like it just flew by in half an hour. This felt like I was playing for 2 hours, I have to say. And it's mostly because we spent the first half of that doing the tutorial, and we might still be on the tutorial now if I hadn't ended it early, right? So I like the game. The game's good. The tutorial is a bit too long. Just tell me what to press. We don't need all this wordy, you know, over the top narration. Just tell me animals need this, this, and this. and let me, you know, just tell me the basics. That's my thoughts, anyway. But it's been a good stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. The next live stream is going to be Horror Wednesday tomorrow. Oh, thank you for the drink up, Sophie. Yeah, so next live stream is going to be Horror Wednesday tomorrow. We are going to be playing more Escape the Backrooms. And I'm going to be starting my Amnesia Marathon. We're actually going to be playing Penumbra first, which is the first game by Frictional Games, who then made the Amnesia series. But we are going to marathon. We're going to play through the entire Penumbra/Amnesia series, which I'm very excited for. Who knows, by the time we've finished all of the Amnesia games, there might be some more news on Ontos, which is the latest game that they're working on. Frictional Games are also the same people who made Soma, by the way. So if you enjoyed Soma, if you enjoyed my Soma streams that we did at the end of last year, I'm sure you'll enjoy Amnesia and Penumbra. They're a bit older, especially like Penumbra is from the mid-2000s, so it will show its age. But again, if you liked Soma and you want to see more from the same developers, that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We're going to be starting with Penumbra, then we're going to play all the Amnesia games, and that's it. So thank you, everyone. Lovely streams all. It was fun today. Thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you, Catpig, as well. I hope you've all enjoyed. It has been a good one. Does anyone have a raid suggestion? I'll finish my usual wrap up before we actually finish. But if anyone has any raid suggestions, pop them in the chat now while I'm still talking, so we're not hanging around for ages at the end. So yeah, that was Tycoon Tuesday. It was very good fun. The next one of these will be on Tuesday the 18th, so not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Tomorrow we got Horror Wednesday. Saturday is going to be Simulator Saturday, so more fast food sim and some other stuff. Sunday we're going to be playing Portal Stories Mel. And then Monday is going to be Minecraft Monday. We're going to do a 5-hour Create Ad Astra stream. I am so determined to finish Create Ad Astra. So we're going to be doing some longer streams for those to really try and get that done and dusted. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you, everyone. Eleanor Arama is doing Steel Archery Train City Builder. Ooh, that sounds pretty fun. Let's set up a raid then. I won't start it just yet because I'm not quite finished. But thank you for the suggestion, Catpig. Eleanor Arama. It says the only person I can see here is Eleonora Manticore, who's playing a game called Dive or Die Children of Rain. I've typed in that name exactly as it's spelt there, but it doesn't say that user's not showing up. So Alana, there we go. Okay, I found her. Right, that's where we'll send the raid in just a minute. 5 hours, will that be 5 to 10 or 4 till 9? I think it'll be 5 till 10, STFC. But yeah, we are going to try to finish up Create Ad Astra within the next couple of months. So there will be a couple of longer Minecraft streams come in. Because as much as I've loved that mod pack, I really want to move on to our next one now. I'm really ready to play something else for Minecraft Monday. So yeah, just as a heads up, next Monday's stream will be 5 hours. I think that's everything. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Thanks for being a sub on Twitch. Your names will be appearing in just a second. If you'd like to become a Twitch sub, it costs £5 a month and you get a load of benefits and stuff. You can also become a sub on Kick, same price, £5 a month. Or if you want to support me on Patreon and support my video content, that costs £1 a month. Oh, there's links in my bio for all of that. Or you can use the command like Patreon to get a link to the Patreon page if you want to become a sub there. you get the picture. Thank you everyone who's already subbed, and thank you to all the Patreons. Thank you everyone who has been continuing to support me and allow me to keep doing this. I'm looking forward to this month. You know, we're only 2 streams in to August, but I'm really looking forward to this month. There's going to be a lot of good games coming up. I'm very, very excited for it. So thank you once again, everyone. I will send you over to Alana Arama, who is currently taking a break, actually. That's unfortunate timing, isn't it? I'll send you over there anyway. Starting the raid now. Have a good time, everyone. And I'll see you all tomorrow. What time we starting tomorrow? It'll be 5 till 9 again. Happy Chuckle. So Penumbra will be first. We'll do Penumbra from 5 till 7. And then we'll do Escape the Backrooms from 7 till 9. Okay, send in the raid now.